numbers.
And we weren't even exact on them.
Right. We were just guesstimations.
Yeah. Say it was 200. Say we were off by 50,000.
Yeah.
It was 200,000.
It's 200,000.
It's still a lot of money.
Before 30?
Before 30.
Man, yeah, that's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
That's a lot.
So, though you got those three things: taxes, inflation, debt. Finally, we get to the last one, which is lack of financial literacy.
That's
why we do the wealth effect. Because here's the thing: if we're doing these shows and these podcasts and educating you on all this other stuff that you can take care of, you are taking care of the financial literacy part. Just look. I don't care if you get anything else out of the wealth effect other than this could be the only episode you listen to.
It could be.
And this may be the one that changes your life. And I'm happy with that.
I'm straight. Yeah. I'm good too.
You see what I mean? Like I'm happy by knowing that by you saying, you ain't got to say it by you knowing one day, man, I listened to that one podcast and Josh and Kevin were talking about the 4 things keeping me broke. And they talked about those other 3 or 4 things. And that was enough for me to say, I need to make a change.
Yeah. I need to do something different.
And that's the thing. Financial literacy is the greatest gift you can give to yourself and your generations.
Because essentially, you're investing in self. If you're in a situation where you yourself are hindering you yourself, then change starts with you. Just like the problem starts with you, the change starts with you.
Say that one more time. Like I caught it, but I need to catch it. I need to put it in my mitt. Got it.
If the issue in your life is you and the way you go about handling business, then doing something different is the only way to change that issue.
Wow.
So a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of us adopt the "woe is me"
victim mentality.
Yeah, we like to victimize ourselves.
We do.
Oh my God, it's the man keeping me down.
It's always the man.
It's always the man. Oh my God, my job doesn't pay me enough, which very well may be true.
Yeah, they may not pay you enough based on inflation.
Ooh, I like that.
I know.
I like that. How you just slipped that in there.
I had
That's
to.
Real nice.
I had to reiterate the other 3 points.
Until we look that man in the mirror, no matter how much your job pays you, no matter how much or how systematically, the economic constructs in this country are set up, you will forever be victimized by that thought process.
And you know what?
Or the lack thereof.
It brings me to a quote that I read daily.
Oh, I like quotes, man.
Is no one is free until they learn to do their own thinking and gains the courage to act on their own personal initiative.
Who said that?
Napoleon Hill.
Oh, man.
Napoleon Hill.
Hey, side note, this is just how my mind works. Okay, so I read another article. Clearly, I like to read. So Martin Luther King was assassinated by the U.S. government. Why?
Dang, you went here again because he was going to take care of economic and yeah.
At the end of his life, one, he realized that everything that he was teaching may not have been the best situation for our people.
For longevity.
That's key, longevity. 2, if the goal is to keep everybody as sheep, then having those sheep start critically thinking about their situation is the biggest threat.
That's why the education quote put you at a, because you want to keep everything in.
You trying to keep, that's why it's so powerful. I hope y'all caught that. Okay, so let me break it down a little bit more. Sheep are some of the dumbest animals on this earth.
They are, but they're good at one thing.
What's that?
Following. They're good at one thing. They're matter of fact, they're not as good. They're great at it.
They're great at it.
Like you could take sheep and have them fall off the cliff, and guess what? All the sheep falling off the cliff.
All the sheep jumping.
They jumping because they just following.
That's what the shepherd said do.
Follow.
I made a couple of posts on Facebook that and this is just a realization that I've had, just living my 28 years. I noticed that everybody doesn't need a shepherd.
They don't.
And what brought me to that is a lot of people oh, I don't even want to go. I don't want to go here.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about
later,
like we do our extra episodes.
Yeah,
that we do.
yeah.
We'll talk about it on there.
Gotta be an extra.
Because some people gotta have the angst.
Yeah,
is that the right word?
Angst.
To go listen to it.
Oh yeah. You gotta be motivated.
Yeah, is it angst and motivated? They go together.
Angst is it's a negative connotation with angst.
It is.
Yeah, angst is like a negative anxiety. Like it's not so much motivation, just.
Got you. Well, angst is the wrong word. Oh well.
Well.
They gotta go. They gotta have the drive and the motivation to go do it.
Basically.
So. You know what? Let's say that for our secret episodes that we do. I don't want to call it secret. It's not a secret, but our extra episodes we do. Yeah. But with that being said, With that being said, so the 4 things keeping you broke. Number 1 are taxes. 2, inflation. Next one is debt. Finally, is lack of financial literacy. Which, if you listen to this, you're getting it. And with those 4, if you take care of those 4, you're gonna be on a good track to pass down what's called generational wealth versus generational curses. So
I mean, I think that's the goal, man.
But it's just the goal for people who are aware of it.
Yeah.
Well, not see. What I noticed too is Josh is that, and my girl talk about this all the time because when you deal with intelligent people, they think everyone is intelligent. That's a mistake. You know that's a mistake. Mm-hmm. Intelligence can be attained 2 ways. Number 1, it can be genetics, or you can work extremely hard to get there.
To get it, yeah.
But either one works.
Yeah.
So most people are just not aware that they have choices. Like the lack of awareness that they have a choice, like really drives them away from making their own choices. You see what I mean? Like, okay, that's enough. So, hey, this has been a Wealth Effect. This has been KD Young.
Look, Kevin. Brother, when I say there is so much power in perception, it encompasses so much in people's lives that we're not even aware of. Just the mere fact that, okay, this reminds me of a study. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm coming up with all of these tangents or whatever. It reminds me of an experiment, though.
So I was going to end the episode.
Yeah, I know. We're not finished, though. It reminds me of an experiment. I forget who. He was a psychologist and an anthropologist.
Are you talking about the Pavlov study where behavior?
It wasn't Pavlov. It might have been Pavlov, but it wasn't his most famous with the dogs. It wasn't about that. You know what? Hold on. I say that out loud. It might have been.
Yeah, it could have been about
cognitive
conditioning.
It wasn't about cognitive conditioning or operant conditioning. It was more so about. And now that I'm thinking about it more, I'm starting to think that it's not Pavlov. But regardless, the gist of this experiment is that they had caged animals, dogs, rats, bunnies, that were in cages for so long that they conditioned themselves to believe that no matter what, they were going to be in a cage. So the reason that I brought that up is because in a time in this experiment, there were only 3 walls of their cage.
Is it Skinner?
Skinner.
Yeah.
B.F. Skinner.
Operant conditioning.
Yeah. So there were only 3 sides to the cage.
Yep.
So you look to the left, there was wire. You look to the right, there was wire. Behind you, no wire. In front of you, there was wire. Mm-hmm. So everywhere, theoretically, that you looked, you thought that you were still in the cage. But what they found, what B.F. Skinner found was, even the animals that were looking directly into the open space,
still didn't walk out.
They still didn't leave. Because perceptually,
they couldn't.
There was a whole psychological roadblock.
And you know what? That's what happens to people with this. Like people would hear us talk, they would read, and they still don't see a way out. Mm-hmm. But the way out is the way out.
Yeah.
Like everything we're telling you, whether you apply it or not, is the way out.
It is what it is.
Like overcoming inflation by investing.
Yeah.
Understanding that you don't have to be taxed on a third of what you make. Understanding that you don't have to have that.
Right.
Understanding
like
that
the notion like we have to have debt. That's
you don't have to have debt.
Right.
Like it's people right now living debt free, but they're leveraging debt to their own personal good. Or being financially educated. Mm-hmm. all that stuff is the way out. But you got to put in the work. See, that's the key. Once
All
you
you have
listen
to
to
do
what
is
we're
make that
doing,
first step, man.
once you listen to what we're doing, this is the first step. You listening to it and saying, "Dang, that's make a lot of sense."
Yeah.
What are you going to do to get out?
Yep. Let's leave it at that, man.
That-
What
is that-
are you gonna do to help your situation?
To get out.
What are you gonna do to get out?
That's it.
That's it.
This is KD Young.
This is Josh Rucker.
This has been the What the Fact. I love you.
Peace.